Leroy Horde was on the show with us, and he talked about what the heck is going on with the quarterback play. Why all of a sudden is everybody, quote unquote, being mid?
We got to start looking at quarterbacking on a curve because it's been average everywhere. I've never seen more 20 for 30s for 145 yards than I've seen this year in the NFL.
It's crazy.
Okay, 29 for 40 for 180. Right? So I don't know what this is, but everybody tends to be looking at their quarterback going, what the hell? Because I know they didn't give Aaron Rodgers $50 million for that.
Right.
So while we sitting here, everybody getting on their quarterback, right? Should we look at just the way the position is being asked to be played at the moment?
Yeah, I think that was a great observation. We've been talking about it on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show for a while now. And a lot of people have been flabbergasted by it, but if you're a fan of G. Bush, if you've been listening to me a long time on the Barbershop, my own platform, make sure you subscribe over there if you haven't. If you've been listening to me on 92.3 The Fan, on the Barbershop radio show, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday, make sure you check that out. If you've been listening to me, you know that I've been on this for a very long time. I took, when Nick Chubb used to get the football, right? And I say they got Nick Chubb on a pitch count, and I don't understand it. And people started talking about how you don't pay a running back, and running backs is diminished, and you can get anybody to do that. So easy a caveman can do it. The problem with that is you start to really believe that stuff. And just because you could have got away with it a little bit, and you say, okay, well, we don't have to prioritize that. We've been completely diminished the run game in general, and diminished the fact that a truly dominant run game or a proficient run game opens up the passing game and makes life easier for your quarterback. We've been told so many times by the pundits that a three-yard option route or a 3-yard screen pass or a 3-yard orbit handoff is the same as a run play. It is not. It is not. These announcers say cliches and they mess all our heads up. They mess us up and have us thinking that is really facts. Do you know that can never substitute the run game? Because when I'm running and I got the offensive linemen with their hand in the dirt coming off the ball, knocking people off the ball, I got my fullback, I got my people out knocking corners into the sidelines, I got safeties coming down second guessing whether or not they want to put their nose into this because they're like, it's a business decision. It's some stuff you're gonna have to pay for you when you get down here. And when it's in the fourth quarter and you've been battering them and bruising them and they keep getting them off that pile and they have to keep putting themselves back in the huddle, and guess what? A man's will breaks at some point. Everybody has a breaking point. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing more demoralizing to be a defender like myself looking in the huddle, looking at that linebacker call that play, and you say, oh, man, that boy ain't got it. He don't want no more. He been taking on that fullback, that zone lead all game. Man, is broken. When you look at that corner on the boundary and he got to set the edge on that toss. He got to keep setting the edge on that stretch play. And he out there looking like Denzel Ward. No offense, Denzel, but we don't want you making tackles like that. How many times is that safety going to run the alley with reckless abandonment and out here shooting the alley like his hair's on fire? You don't tell me that a little jet screen or a little bubble or a little tunnel screen is the same thing as running the football. You may get 3 yards the same, you may get 4 yards the same, but by no means, way, shape, or form, they are not the same thing. One of them is imposing your will on somebody. One of them is demoralizing you. The other one is like, hey, we'll get in a position to make a tackle. Hey, the receiver is running around out here. Hey, we could push him out of bounds and grab his. That's tap football out there, right? So one thing that people have diminished is the run game. The second thing that people have diminished is the fact that defenses aren't stupid. This isn't fantasy football. Why would I sit back there? My coach used to always say this: make them take another snap. It's just the law. It's just statistics, fellas. It's just the way it works. You may by the law of averages say that if you have the longer the drives go, the more likely something gonna happen. A holding, a drop pass, legal hands to the face, false starts, things that derail your ability to keep a drive going. And the longer and the more you make them take snaps, the more successful in the long haul your defense will be. So now, instead of being like, okay, now you got people calling like Mel Kiper, who done lost his mind. Hey, let's get rid of 2 high safeties. No, how's about you be patient and methodically work the ball downfield and you score based on your skill and strategy, not changing the rules. See, a lot of these stuff that happened with the offense and people throwing for all these yards was the fact that there were rule changes. There were rule changes. You can no longer jam a guy at the line of scrimmage. A holding penalty within the 5 yards is a 5-yard penalty. But guess what it does? It keeps drives going, automatic first down. You can't hit a quarterback up high. You can't hit him low. You can't put your weight on him. You can't do nothing to him. You can't breathe on him. 15 yards, keep the drive going. You can't put illegal hands to the face on linemen. Hey, you've been grabbing me and holding me the whole time. I put my hand up there. Up, you touched his face mask. Guess what? We're going to extend the drive. But what defenses have got to, they said, okay, y'all want to do it like that? So we'll bend, but don't break. Get all the yards you want between the 20s. But when you get down here and this field is condensed and you down there by the goal line and you ain't got no room to work and run people off, I'm going to put my heels on the goal line and we're going to figure it out. And if I can make you kick 3s instead of giving up 7s, that is how we have you get with 150, 180, 175, because you're going to have to dink and dunk the whole field. And for all you guys that ain't patient enough to do that, we're going to get 2 interceptions from you because you're going to try to force one. You're going to get impatient. You're going to force one because you're going to say, damn it, I'm Patrick Mahomes. I'm Joe Burrow. I'm Josh Allen. I can fit that there. I can put it on him right there. And we're going to fool you. And those who don't have that type of arm, you don't even try. Don't even try that. And then coupled with this, the fact that you can play 7 in coverage now if you got elite edge rushers. If you got an elite pass rusher or at least pass rushers up front, now you can drop 7 into coverage. Now think about that. 7 in coverage, but you still got 2 deep. So that means you got 5 underneath defenders that could theoretically cover every blade of grass out there. And you still could get a pass rush if you got a Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons. And coupled with the fact that teams don't really want to legitimately run the football, they want to stay in shotgun and be cute. Now you don't even punish them for having dime and nickel packages in. If you want to be in dime, and I come out and I'm coming out in I formation, good luck with that. We're gonna run till the wheels fall off. But teams don't even punish people for small personnel groups no more because they're used to throwing the ball like it was 5 years ago. Y'all better switch up and let y'all know something right now. It's a new day. It ain't going nowhere. And now the way you're recruiting and the way the size of people has changed, the teams that's going to be dominant in the next 2 years are going to be the teams that are able to switch and pivot on the run and say, oh, y'all zig, I'm a zag. I'm going to get 2 backs. I'm still going to have an elite quarterback. But what I'm asking my elite quarterback to do is make me 3 to 4 plays a game, 3 to 4 wild plays. Whereas, man, how did he fit that ball in there? Man, he dropped that in the bucket. Wow, he escaped the pressure and made something happen downfield. Man, those are the it plays that you pay for. And you still going to have teams that going to say, well, listen, you've been drafting these nickel corners for 4 or 5 years. And they 5'10", 180. You think about it. JOK is not even like these backers are smaller. Edge defenders, the speed rushers are smaller. Safeties nowadays, what corners used to be in the back end, it's all a trend. You know, nothing new under the sun, and everything is cyclical. Mark my words. Or y'all can just wait till Bernie or Leroy say it, and I'll take credit for it later because you don't want to give me no credit. But it's okay. I still love you. I still love you.